OTT platforms surely have a ready storyline for the next thriller series. Without adding any further sarcasm, the husband murder case from Haryana will bring out the extent to which a woman can go to if she desires to get what she wants. Nearly 2.5 years after a businessman's death in Panipat district of Haryana, the state police were able to crack the case and nab the real culprits. What was initially planned? What actually happened? And how this case was painted like a simple rivalry case earlier? Let us understand the facts in detail. Vinod Barara ran a computer institute in Panipat. He was married to Nidhi Barara and the couple has a daughter. Nidhi used to visit a local gym frequently where she got acquainted with a gym trainer named Sumit. Over a period of time, Nidhi and Sumit got close to each other and their association now grew into a full-blown affair. Vinod had by now sensed that something was brewing between his wife and the gym trainer, and because of this, the couple would have frequent arguments whenever the husband would confront his wife. On some occasions, in fact, Vinod had even had face-offs with Sumit where he had warned him to stay away from Nidhi. Now, when Vinod's interference in his wife's extramarital affair did not stop, Nidhi and her paramour hatched a plot to eliminate the husband. Now, let us understand when did this murder actually happen. On December 15, 2021, Vinod was shot dead at his home by a shooter named Dev Sunar. When the police arrested Sunar, he actually informed them that he was a truck driver by profession and there was some ongoing court case between him and Vinod after he had injured the latter seriously in an accident. Sunar confessed to his crime, stating that he only murdered Vinod because he refused for an out-of-court settlement in that particular accident case. Now, once Sunar was arrested and sent to jail, this particular case was almost dead and virtually closed. Now comes the twist in the murder. Nearly after 2.5 years of Vinod's death, the district police chief and the IPS officer Ajit Singh Shekhawat receives a WhatsApp message asking him to relook in this murder case. Now, who had sent this message? This message was sent by none other but Vinod's brother Pramod, who lives in Australia. Pramod informed the officer that he was kind of suspicious how the mastermind of his brother's murder was someone close to him. On receiving this WhatsApp message, Shekhawat started scanning the files once again properly, and now he too sensed that something was amiss. Now the case reopens and Deepak Kumar, a senior police officer from Haryana's Police Criminal Investigation Agency, was given the charge to look into this case right from the start. Now he started analyzing all the characters linked to Vinod in this case, and this is when police came across a connection between the murder accused Dev Sunar and the gym trainer Sumit. On digging deeper, the police now learned about the relationship that was shared between Sumit and the victim's wife Nidhi, and this is when the suspicion bells rang aloud. Both Sumit and Nidhi were then picked up for questioning, and shocking details of the gruesome murder were subsequently revealed. During the questioning, the police learned that this planning of murder was not something that was instant, but they had been doing this over a period of time. In fact, before the actual murder that took place in December 2021, there was a failed attempt to kill Vinod earlier as well. Sumit now revealed to police that we had approached Dev Sunar, a truck driver from Punjab, for the hit job. The truck driver was offered rupees 10 lakh in cash. He agreed. Then a pickup van was arranged and Sunar rammed this vehicle into Vinod's car on 5th October 2021. Vinod suffered serious injuries with both broken legs, but somehow he survived. Adding further, Sumit shared that after this failed attempt, Nidhi and he were left frustrated and thus they started devising a new plan to kill Vinod. They now sent Sunar to Vinod's home asking him to settle this accident case, and the story was planned in such a way that when Vinod refused to do so, Sunar shot him dead. Now, during the investigation, the police also started revisiting the sequence of events, and they learned that Nidhi had actually sent off their daughter to Australia to stay with their relatives, and subsequently she had gone with Sumit on a trip to Manali within a few days of Vinod's murder. Secondly, the police also traced certain transactions, how Nidhi had been actually funding the legal expenses and the household expenses of the murder accused Sunar from the insurance payout that she was receiving after her husband's death. Not just this, but in March 2024, Nidhi had also withdrawn her statement as the prime witness in Vinod's murder, which could have surely weakened that case. After all this, the district police chief Shekhawat expressed that when he studied the case again, he actually wondered that why would anybody kill another man just because he had refused to settle an accident case. A case of rash driving does not really attract heavy penalty, and the accused in those cases often gets bail, but the punishment for murder was far more severe. This is when he actually started reinvestigating the case. Now, after Nidhi and Sumit had admitted to this crime, both of them were picked up, arrested, produced in court, and later sent to jail. Now, what is our take in this case? After the findings of this case went public, we are actually seeing a lot of social media users kind of abusing gym trainers in general. Now, are the gym trainers really the root problem? Or is the intent of a married woman who chooses to involve herself in a relationship outside marriage far more grave? Okay, firstly, in my opinion, we should actually stop bashing anyone's profession in general and understand why women are opting for husband's murder instead of legally filing for divorce. Prior to 2018, adultery was a criminal offense. This means that a husband could get his wife's paramour arrested on charges of extramarital affair with his spouse. Thus, earlier, if we see, there was kind of some fear instilled within a married woman and her lover, and that threat of a police case restricted them from kind of becoming completely defiant against the husband. But after the decriminalization of Section 497 IPC, that is the adultery law, there was really no kind of threat, and several women today have started indulging in adultery openly, mocking the limitations of their husbands. In fact, if the husbands kind of try to confront their wives, the same adulterous wives retort with false dowry and false domestic violence cases against them. And in cases like these, the wives are even opting to get the root cause, the husband, eliminated. Now, husbands, on the other hand, have kind of been reduced to puppets, and the only recourse for them is civil grounds for divorce. Once again, as we keep repeating in all our videos, it is extremely difficult to prove adultery by wife. It may take several years if the husband goes to court. And in the end, that divorce may actually be granted only if the husband settles with permanent alimony. This case from Panipat is not about a husband's murder really, which has not happened in the past or which may not happen in the future. But this case is about taking the weak legal system and its loopholes for granted in the hope that a wife could literally get away with murder. What are your thoughts on this case? Do leave your comments below. We are leaving the entire article in the description link of this video. You can go through the facts and the source of the story in detail. You can also follow us on our social media handles, which is Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, X, which was earlier Twitter. The ID is @voiceformenin. And do hit that bell icon and subscribe to Voice for Men India so that we can keep coming back with more and more stories and cases. That's it from me as of now. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste. Jai Hind.